The PlayStation 2 meant so much to me when I was growing up as a kid. So much so, that now I'm trying to collect every single game for the console that there is. So far, I've managed to collect about 300 games, which might sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, that's a really small percentage. All I'm going to do in today's video is share with you my top 5 favourite PlayStation 2 games. So first of all, yes, I did get a new camera, thanks for asking. Does it improve my ability with the camera? No. Does it make things look a little bit clearer? Yeah, I'd say so. So the PlayStation 2 was released in the year 2000 when I was 7 years old, and I didn't get it until I was about 9 or 10 years old. But I think it's important to mention my age at the time because I think that greatly has influenced the list in this video. There are so many amazing games on the PlayStation 2, and many of which I just didn't really care for at the time because I was so young. So to begin, here are some honourable mentions. We have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now I remember really enjoying the first two Grand Theft Auto games on the PlayStation 1, and I enjoyed Vice City even more, but San Andreas was a complete game changer. I think the characters and the story were really stole the show for me. I have really enjoyed other Grand Theft Autos, and especially the most recent one, but San Andreas will always be my favourite. And who could forget Guitar Hero 3 The Legends of Rock? It's my favourite Guitar Hero of the series, and one of the most memorable games of the system. For me anyway. There's just something so awesome about playing with that plastic guitar and pressing those buttons. And because I actually played guitar, I wasn't too bad at the game either. I'm also going to make the controversial statement that this has one of the best soundtracks in the series as well. And this may come as a surprise, but the Crash Bandicoot Action Pack racing games definitely need a shout out. So this pack comes with Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart, Twinsanity and Tag Team Racing. So are any of these games in this pack actually up to scratch with other kart racers out at the time? And are they as memorable to many other people? No, not really. But the reason for this shout out is I've just got so many good memories of playing this game. I think this was the last PlayStation 2 game that I played consistently before I got the next generation console. So here we go, top 5 games, starting with number 5. There are so many good Star Wars games out in this system and it was really hard to define which two were my favourites. So 2 have actually made the list. My 5th favourite PlayStation 2 game? Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. I love the prequels, there I said it, and Revenge of the Sith is one of my favourite Star Wars films, and the game only adds to that. Not only do you get to play through the awesome storyline, you get to explore further into some of the darker scenes, such as destroying the Jedi Temple and slaughtering all the Jedis as Anakin Skywalker. When you reach the end of the game, you also get to play an alternative ending, in which Anakin defeats Obi-Wan instead, and it makes you wonder what the story could have been. This game also comes with a fighters mode, such as Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, and you get to play as several Jedi and you can pin them against each other. The combat's awesome and it just adds so much replayability. Next up we have Age of Empires 2, The Age of Kings. How did this make the list, you'll be wondering, when it's so much better on PC? Where, yes it is, but I enjoyed this so much on the PS2 as well. Your options are more limited, and there are graphical hiccups here and there, but it's Age of Empires on PlayStation, and you can even plug in a mouse to use it that way as well. I poured so many hours into this game, just loved Age of Empires on the PlayStation 2. My third favourite game on the PS2 is a sports game, but it's MLB Manager 2005. So I know a lot of people don't like sports games, but MLB Manager is different, I'd say. I used to play these games where I really hated sports, and especially football, despite the fact that I really enjoy it now. It was so fluid and easy to play, and it almost felt like an RPG in some senses. I think that's what really got me back into football, to be honest. So I'm not a huge fan of recent football games, and I'm not really into the manager games either. This is a series they have to bring back. MLB Manager was just perfect. Next up, Star Wars Battlefront 2. So here's that second Star Wars game that I promised, and it just had to be Battlefront 2. The first one was great, but the second one just perfected everything about it. Now I know the new EA Battlefront 2 game had a really rocky start to its life, but I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. But there's just something so much more special about going back to these OG Battlefront games. You could play as the Republic, the CIS, the Rebels, the Empire, the Jedi, the Sith. You could fight battles in space or on the ground. There was just so many options. And my favourite PS2 game of all time is... The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. I really enjoyed The Hobbit and their Fellowship of the Ring, and The Two Towers was going to get this spot, but I think Return of the King just added so much more. Now these are awesome hack and slash games where you can play a wide variety of Lord of the Rings characters. Not to mention the graphics were way beyond their time. I played every story mission there was, maxed out every single character, and unlocked every little bonus there was in this game. I can honestly say it's probably my most favourite experience on the PlayStation 2. Now I know some of you might be thinking that this list was a bit basic bitch, but bearing in mind I was only about 9 or 10 at the time, so cut me some slack. I think when you're a kid, it doesn't really come down to every fine little detail on how good a game is. It comes down to the experiences and the memories you have. And these 5 games are some of the best memories I had at this time. And that concludes my top 5 PlayStation 2 games. Thank you very much for making it this far. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, see you.